Welcome guys to episode 3. In this episode I'm heading from Kanchanaburi to the south through Hua Hin around the coast towards Chumpon. To cross from the east coast to the west, I will pass through Khao Sok, which was one of the biggest highlights during my trip. Being on the bike the whole day can be tiring, and it's great to have those small breaks visiting temples, parks, or having a coffee. I really enjoy this type of travel. You always see new things, meet new people, and it never gets boring. One of the more outstanding places on the way was the Samroerot National Park. Especially the longer hike to the Praia Nakhon cave is so worth it. On the way you see big monitor lizards, monkeys, huge rock formations, and in the end the beautiful famous pavilion which is enlightened by the hole in the top of the cave. By the way, keep your national park tickets as they are valid for multiple days within all areas of the same park. Many foreigners didn't know that, me included, to be honest. Wow, look at this epic view. The weather is turning darker and darker, and I'm getting into rain showers. I can feel I'm getting towards the flooding areas in the south. But eventually I have to get through somehow. So basically there were monsoon rains and floods in the south for the next few days. But I knew if I get through the next 200 km of rainy area and towards inland, it should get better, so I decided to take the risk. The next part was actually the scariest, but unfortunately I didn't take any footage from it. I was driving through this completely flooded road with my knees underwater and was just praying that the air inlet of the engine was higher than the water level. Otherwise it could have ended in a little disaster, but thank God I somehow made it through. The whole day it's just raining. I'm glad I found this little restaurant with a delicious warm soup. 120 more Ks to Khao Sok. Khao Sok was one of the most epic nature adventures I've ever experienced. It was the first time a jungle hike actually felt like a real jungle hike. I will spare you the look at my bloody legs in the end after I removed dozens of leeches which seem to suck on you like little vampires.
This is getting more and more like a tropical adventure.
But yeah, it felt awesome, even we were completely soaked and sometimes not sure whether we are still on the right way. As the way got more and more unclear and we didn't have a local guide, my companions decided to turn around and call it a day after only 60% of the way. It would have been too risky to continue alone, as there are wild animals like bears, tigers, snakes, elephants and others in those places. But if you're there, get a guide and do the whole thing. I think it's a damn nice experience. Oh yeah, the highlight of Khao Sok is the Chao Lang Lake. It's a 185 square kilometers lake in between limestone formations. There are a few floating bungalow resorts which enable you to stay there overnight and feel like being inside of the Avatar movie. Otherwise, do at least a day trip. You just can't miss this part. Longtail boats can be hired at the pier, but try to get into a group as the prices are around 2,800 baht per boat. The national park entrance fee is 300 baht extra for foreigners.